Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for our National Tourism Week celebration and our virtual toast to tourism. We're going to wait just a second. We've got a bunch of attendees piling in, and then we'll get going here in about 30 seconds. Thank you. All right, well, once again, thank you everyone who tuned in, who's joining us today for our National Travel and Tourism Week celebration. We want to get things started right away, so please, we're going to send it over to our broadcast center in Poway, California, and our president and CEO, Joe Terzi.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thanks, Brian. Listen, I was sitting here thinking if this were a real hospitality meeting, we would all be standing around with our drink in our hand. So hospitality style, we've invited a very special guest, our own Yuseff Cherney, founder of Cutwater Spirits, and Laura Price, to help us get this kicked off. I'm going to turn it over to you, Yuseff.
How you doing?
Great.
So yeah, we're over here at Cutwater. You can't really see behind me, but it's full production here. We're cranking out lots of these canned cocktails, as well as some hand sanitizer that's going out to local nonprofit charitable organizations. We've done, I think, just over 20,000 bottles of sanitizer. So that's all being donated, 100% donations to nonprofits. We're also working with the food bank, which is our typical go-to partner here with our, they're right around the corner from our facility here in Miramar. And we're helping get meals out and also getting sanitizer to them so they can distribute out. So cranking away here at Cutwater, and I think you've got a stack of these mules right in front of you, it looks like.
We'll get it when you pop one open. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, we're very involved with the production of canned cocktails here. I think you can see the stacks of them behind me. We are running at full production right now, observing all the rules and regulations regarding the protective equipment that we wear during this time period. Our restaurant is, of course, not in full operation. We do have a delivery service that's running Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 4. And that's about a 16-mile radius to get our food out. The nice thing is there's been some tweaks to the laws. It allows us to deliver alcohol as well as food. So if you are in need of some these thirst-quenching canned cocktails like the Mule or Paloma or tequila soda, or even a bottle of vodka, you can get that delivered directly to you.
So you're gonna do a demonstration for us, correct?
Yeah, actually, Laura's down in the bar right now. We have to wear our gear down there, so I'm actually up in the conference room.
All right.
She's got her gear on, and we're gonna have her make up a vodka mule.
Let's go for it.
They're on mute.
She's got some. Are you gonna talk us through it, Laura?
Hi, everyone. So I'm down here in the tasting room, going to build a mule like we would if you were to join us when we were open. So I have some aromatic bitters. I'm going to do a couple dashes. This was fresh lime juice, so I have a ½ ounce of that. 2 ounces of our Cutwater Fugu vodka. I normally like to fill my cup with ice. And Cutwater ginger beer. Fill that to the top.
So how different is this from a normal Moscow Mule? Because you use vodka?
This is a traditional Moscow Mule.
Okay, great. So that sounds pretty simple. I think many of us will get off this call and figure out how to do it. But I for one, decided that I'm going to skip all the added ingredients. I'm going right to the vodka. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Joe. I agree.
Yeah, you can also, skip all that mixing and go right to the products that we do in a can. That's our vodka mule, special fancy edition for the Padres, with the stripes and all. Basically, it's the same ingredients that Laura just mixed up, but in a can, ready to drink format. We have about 18 different varieties of canned cocktails, from margarita to a whiskey highball, all the way down gin and tonic, whatever kind of spirits you can imagine, with classic cocktails as our foundation.
Great. Well, it's great to have a company that was founded in San Diego, and really has done some great stuff, but not just on the product you produce, but also how you're helping our community. So we really, really want to thank you for that. And everyone, when you get a chance, get out there and get a Moscow Mule. And thank you, Seth, Laura, for helping us out today. So thank you so much for that. We'll look forward to getting back to normal sometime in the near future and trying all your great products. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Definitely come visit us in Miramar. We do, when this opens back up, we'll do tours, and you can visit the distillery and our restaurant and get a firsthand look at what we do here.
Great. Thanks again. Thanks again, Yuseff, and thank you, Laura. Right now, I think I have the pleasure of introducing our mayor, Kevin Faulconer, who actually needs no introduction. I'm just going to say, here is the mayor.
Well, thank you, Joe. Looks like I joined at just the right time. Hey, I just wanted to, again, first and foremost, just a big thank you to everyone who's in our tourism and hospitality industry. This is a different kind of tourism week, obviously, than we've ever been used to. But our resiliency, our spirit, I think, is really shining through this last 6 weeks in San Diego. And all of the work, all of the colleagues at the Tourism Authority, we're really working in lockstep, which is how do we have pretty specific and concrete plans to reopen safely, and to ensure that we're going to protect our customers as they come through that door and protect our employees. I'm really proud of all of the work that our region, our San Diego region, has really done, particularly in the last several weeks when it comes to economic reopening. We put together our recovery advisory group, and Carrie, and I think you're probably on the Zoom with somewhere here today. And the Tourism Authority really helped play a leadership role in that. We have to get our economy open safely as soon as we can, because it's affecting all of us. And to be able to get those revenues going, to get our customers through those doors, I'm really looking at us in San Diego to be the leaders that we are in the state. If I look back to the work that we did as a community to get our beaches open a couple of weeks ago, we developed a plan that worked, a plan that the public bought into, our public safety, our county health, and in fact, we are now a leader in beach reopenings in the rest of the state and other folks across the nation. We have the same opportunity to do that when it comes to opening our economy. And when it comes to the industries that are so incredibly important to us and our success as a city, it's you all. And so all of the work that we are doing to be ready to reopen when we get that green light from Sacramento and they modify the stay-at-home order, everything we've been doing over the last several weeks has been designed to have some pretty clear standards that we are prepared to follow, ready to follow. When I think about the work that our restaurant association has been doing, our hotel industry, doing it for all of the right reasons. So it is incredibly important to me that San Diego be the leaders of that in the state of California. We've been doing a very good job as a city and as a region of flattening that curve. It's just getting the update from some of our county officials. We're going to keep it up, and we are going to show the rest of the state how one of the largest cities in the country obviously can reopen and reopen safely. And so that's what I'm going to be continuing to focus on over the coming days and coming weeks. There's nothing more important than we are doing as a city and as a region. And so, Joe, I would just say to you and to all of your team and everybody who's listening and some of our phenomenal, great attractions, we cannot wait to get you back open. As I said, to get you back open safely and to continue to be that statewide and nationwide destination that we are. The sooner we get back to that, all the better. So just thank you guys. Again, I'll end where I began. Our resiliency, our spirit is phenomenal to see. Let's keep it up, and I can't wait for us all to get back to work.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks for your leadership.
Thank you, Joe.
So Mayor, thank you so much. You've been just tremendous supporter of the tourism community and all of our businesses and all of our employees. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for getting those beaches open. I know as a native San Diegan, I was really missing that. So
Yeah.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Carrie. Keep it up.
So now we're going to turn the page, and we're going to, now that we have our cocktails in hand, we're actually going to move over to doing a little bit of guacamole. And this is by far, you know, you're talking avocados, one of my favorite foods. You're talking Puesto and Chef Marco, who's going to walk us through what is the secret ingredient for great guacamole. So welcome, Chef. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us. One of the biggest secrets for guacamole is having a great sous chef. So this is my daughter, Zoe Wolf. She's going to be helping me out today. We're just going to start off with, you know, open up these avocados.
I'm following along with you.
Great. And we just take those seeds out, and with the spoon, we can just reach in there and just make sure that we're scooping these out.
How come mine never comes out like that?
It's a special spoon just for avocados.
That's the trick.
Just try to almost like you're scraping the seed, the outside husk of it, and it really helps. Also, so we're doing about 4 avocados, which is going to give us a really nice amount. But everyone loves avocados and guacamole, so it's never too much. So while we're doing that, we're gonna just take a fork and go ahead and just start mashing up. And we're just with the fork kind of stir it around and press down on it. We're gonna be kind of preparing everything else.
So Chef, I definitely need your helper here.
So the next thing that we're gonna do is take our onion. It's about half an onion, and really, depending on how much you like it, I really enjoy onion in my guacamole, so that's kind of what I'm gonna go for. And when you cut it for this, it's you can just go lines over the top, all the way down, and we trying to leave the butt of the onion intact. And that'll help keep everything together while you're taking this step. And then from here,
Let's put a little Cutwater vodka in that, and we'll create a new dish.
I like that idea, actually.
Actually, we make a Bloody Mary mix that you could make a pretty good ceviche with. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's get that going. So here's some onions. We can set those aside. And one thing that kind of helps as we're making this and we're mashing this avocado is if you start adding the liquids. So what we're going to add to it is going to be orange and lime. I know orange sounds a little weird, but we're also going to be adding habanero to it. So the sweetness of the orange kind of plays well with the flavor of the habanero, but also counterbalances the spice of the habanero. So it kind of helps. If you have the time to do it, we turn the orange juice and the lime juice, blend it with some of the habanero, and we make a liquid, which makes it really easy once we start kind of mashing the avocado to put in there. So for now, though, we'll just go ahead and, after this is nice and mashed, start adding about 1 lime will give you about ½ ounce to 1 ounce of liquid. And depending on how bright you want it, we like ours really bright. So we're gonna go 1 whole lime and ½ a orange. Now we're just gonna stir it around. Let me see.
I've never seen orange put into the guacamole. Is that typical?
Yeah, that's kind of like one of our small little secrets. Like I said, it helps to really counterbalance the spice and the brightness of the lime. If you think about the way lime is a very aggressive flavor, the sugar in the orange will definitely kind of round it out. For the habanero, we can cut this. What you're really trying to get out is this, the seed portion in here. That's what's going to be very spicy. And then we can just take about a fourth, and you just want to chop it into tiny little bits. And depending on how spicy you like it, you can always add a lot more. Like I said, if you're not looking for these little bites of habanero in there, what we can do is you can just blend it all up together, and it acts just as good. So now with the onion, we're gonna add about the fourth of the onion, the half of the onion that we cut right into here. And we're gonna stir that in. While at the same time, we're gonna take the cilantro, just give that a nice little rough chop. This is about 4 to 5 sprigs of cilantro. I know Zoe here likes a lot of cilantro, so we made sure that we added plenty in there for it. And that's essentially it. That's a really nice base recipe for a guacamole. You can go in so many different directions after that. From here, you can add, I know we like to add Parmesan cheese to the top of it. We do a couple other variations, and it's nice, but essentially it's done. Now what we're really looking for also is just a nice, about a tablespoon of salt. I know it kind of looks like a lot, but that's where you're gonna get a lot of the flavor coming through. And of course, like everything else that we make, we wanna make sure that we taste it.
Okay, so Chef, should I taste mine and see how it turned out?
Yeah, absolutely.
All righty,
Really looking
let's
to
do this.
Make sure it has enough salt in it. If the flavor is nice and stays in your mouth for a nice amount of time, then you know it has enough salt. If the flavor goes away really quickly, you should probably add a little bit more salt.
Okay, I think I'm ready for more salt. So Chef, you've done just an amazing job with everything in terms of your giving back to the community. Thank you for all the work that you've done for hospitality workers, the packaging of goods and putting that available for drive-through and everything else. Really, truly a great leader. And we appreciate all that you're doing for San Diego and for our community.
Thank you so much. And we're so happy to be part of the community and to be able to have such a nice following of people that are willing to join us in everything that we're doing. We just recently gave away, yeah, maybe in the kitchen. We just recently gave away about 15,000 packages for not only our not only our workers, but healthcare workers and anybody else that may be impacted by this current situation. We're just really happy to be part of everything, and like, again, just have the support of the community.
Well, thank you. And I think I'm ready to bring your sous chef on board to help me next time in the kitchen. So with that, what we're going to do is turn the page, and we have Congressman Scott Peters with us. Congressman, I think you're here in San Diego. You're not back east, so welcome home.
Thanks. I've been here a lot, and I certainly enjoyed here. I have to say, first of all, I totally endorse this delivery thing that you've proven, and I also want to note that the vodka mule is gluten-free, so that's a healthy option for you. I think everyone should be aware of and take advantage of. You know, this is a really, really tough time for San Diego's economy. One of the pillars of our economy is the tourism industry, and hotels and restaurants have been hardest hit. I mean, I think that, you know, my heart goes out to all the people who've been really hit hard by this. You should know that I'm working with members of Congress from other tourism areas like Las Vegas and Orlando to try to really help get special relief. We talked to the restaurants this week about some additional provisions that we would try to provide so they can get through to the other side. So I want to just say that that when I go to Washington and when I talk to people in Washington, a lot of it's about tourism and about restoring that part of our economy. But the other thing is I want you to know that when I was in Washington before all this started, I was watching something on TV and the great tourism commercial comes up from San Diego beckoning me to come visit. And of course, you know, I always can't wait to get back to San Diego when I'm in Washington. And it just reminds you how darn fun the place is. And this is a great attitude you've got on this call. This is a great way to celebrate Tourism Week in a strange time. But I just want to say that I know that it's not just an economic thing. It's part of our culture, part of our hearts. And I want you to know that when people say, "What's the new normal going to be like?" You know, we have to get back to enjoying what we enjoyed. So I don't think we should be all mopey about how it's not going to be the same. I want to be able to go to the beach. I want to be able to go to restaurants. I want to be able to go to concerts. I want to watch the Padres again. We have to figure out a way to get back to normal. It may take a while, it may take some more patience, it may involve some more pain, but that's where I'm aiming to go. I want you to know that. And cheers to you all. Thanks for having this. And we look forward to seeing you all in person and enjoying some more. Thanks.
Spoken like a true San Diegan. So thank you so much for your leadership and welcome home. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. So you mentioned missing baseball. I think we're all missing baseball a lot right now, and having this cocktail in our hand and talking about what we're missing brings that up. So we're really fortunate to have the president of baseball operations from the Padres, Eric Grupner, with us today. Eric was with us in our live event last year, so we thought we'd check in with him and see how the Padres are hanging in there and supporting the community. Eric, welcome.
Thanks, Brian. It's great to be with everybody today, especially Cutwater and Puesto, who are both partners of the Padres at Petco Park. So when we can welcome San Diego and the entire world back to Padres games at Petco Park, you'll be able to get Cutwater products and enjoy Puesto tacos, which we're actually going to be debuting for the first time when we reopen. So really excited about that. Obviously, this has been a very challenging time for the San Diego community. It's times like this, frankly, that we are so proud to be a part of the San Diego community. We've seen more examples than I could possibly recount, even if I took another hour, of San Diegans and the ways that they are giving back, the resilience of this community. I think oftentimes people see the natural beauty of our coastline, all the amazing attractions that we have in San Diego, but that belies the strength, the hard work, and the resilience of the people of San Diego, and we've seen that on full display. There's two areas where the Padres have really been focused in giving back to our community during this time. The first is in supporting and thanking our frontline heroes here in San Diego. We've actually partnered with Puesto, also Phil's Barbecue, Buena Forqueta, and Board and Brew to make a series of food deliveries to frontline heroes that are working long hours, and we can bring a little bit of encouragement to their day. We've been really honored to do that. Also, we've focused our efforts in addressing food insecurity, which unfortunately is becoming a greater issue, not only in the San Diego community, but throughout our country during this time. So we've been working and are going to do more in the future to support both the San Diego Food Bank and Feeding San Diego. We've had a number of our players that have stepped up, and our Padres Foundation financially to support both of those organizations. We're going to keep running some auctions of Padres merchandise and signed items, and we have plans for even bigger financial contributions in the future. So with that, I'll answer the probably question on everybody's mind: when are we going to be playing baseball again in San Diego? Well, I don't know the answer to that for sure, but I can tell you that Major League Baseball, along with the other major professional sports leagues, are actively planning right now to bring sports back, in particular to bring baseball back. But the reason it hasn't happened yet is we want to make sure when it happens, it's done in a way that is protective of the public health, is done in a very thoughtful and safe way. And I have every confidence we will be back. We will be back soon. And I'm really excited to see baseball again at Petco Park. And just want to thank the Tourism Authority and our elected leaders for all the support we get from both of you. Thank you.
Eric, thanks so much. We appreciate it. We certainly missed having the Padres on the field. If the performance of the team from my son and I's PlayStation experience so far this spring is any indicator, we're going to coast to a World Series. So we're excited. And now we've got one of our biggest supporters who's just been tremendous for this industry for a long, long time. And that is Assemblymember Todd Gloria. Assemblymember Gloria, welcome.
All right, it's awesome to see you. It's even more awesome to see that mustache. I'm seeing the chat box. It is getting rave reviews. I think we have the new face of San Diego for the next commercial campaigns to bring people to our city. Guys, it is, I wish we could be together in person. I know that the hospitality industry knows how to throw a party, and I look forward to this event every year. This is by far the funnest Zoom that I've been on in 2 months. So good on you guys for living up to your brand. I just wanted to be here to just greet you all and have the privilege of celebrating National Travel and Tourism Week with you. You know, our tourism economy, as Congressman Peter said, as Mayor Faulconer said, you know, is really critical to who we are. You know, as a native San Diegan, this is in our DNA. We are hospitable people. We like having folks come to town. We like showing them a good time. And while we may not be in a position to do that right now, I know that when the time comes, we will be ready and we'll do it better than we ever have done it before. And we get to do that because look what we're selling. I mean, I just landed here in San Diego. I was in Sacramento, so I absolutely needed this cocktail. Thank you, Yuseff. When I get off at the airport, even though the airport is not normal, you see ticketing agents who are bubbly and happy and folks who are just so delighted to be in America's finest city. And that's a brand that you all have helped build over many, many years, and no pandemic is going to undo that. So I want you all who I know are struggling, many have lost jobs, folks have not been able to go to work as they normally do. Suddenly you may be homeschooling your children, and you're definitely grateful for our community's teachers more than you perhaps ever were. All of us are having to dig deep right now. But when it comes time, we will reopen. We will invite the world back to San Diego, and they will come because they know that no one puts on a better time than we do. And I remind everyone always, because it's important, what you all do is critical to our economy, creating hundreds of thousands of jobs. But as an old city council member and an old city council budget chair, I like the dollars you bring to our city. Every one of those dollars goes into paving our roads and paying for library hours and making sure we have police officers and firefighters. You all help to do that. And so we're going to need you more than ever when the time is right. And know that I'm up in Sacramento working with Governor Newsom to make sure that we're opening this up according to data and to science and to public health. And that as we do, we give you good rules of the road so that people like the Padres and restaurants like Puesto and Cutwater can all do it in the safest way so we can welcome those customers in. I just want to wrap up by saying, I believe in this community, this tourism community, because look what you're doing, whether it's Cutwater doing the hand sanitizer, Puesto doing the meals, Padres doing blood drives, all of you guys are still out serving this community because it's what you do. I'm pleased to be a small part of that, and I look forward to celebrating with you all in person, but also still with some vodka in my hand. So I'll see you all.
Cheers.
Thank you, Todd. Cheers.
We'll keep the mustache for a little bit. It was we were on the fence, so I appreciate the support. And here locally, leading our response at the county level has been County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher. So Supervisor Fletcher, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you, and it's good to see my friend Todd Gloria. I am not having vodka. I'm having a Diet Coke here. So Todd is living life much better than I am.
You're missing out, Fletcher.
As I suspect most of you are. How you doing, Todd?
I'm good, man. It's great to see you. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, you too. You know, I just want to take a second. I know you have a packed agenda, and you know, I want to thank all of you. You know, Joe, who I see there, we were in this early, talking about what was happening, what was going on, how we were going to respond to it. And the reality is, as you all know, is there are challenges. We have huge economic challenges, and those challenges are even more pronounced for our tourism and hospitality industries in terms of how we come out of this. That is a reality of the situation we're in, but it's also a reality of the situation that your industries are vital core components of the San Diego region. not just vital core components of our economy, but you're vital core components of our society, of our community, of how we share and enjoy and go about life. And you will be back, and we will rebuild, and we will come back strong, and we will manage to get through this. But the reality is it is going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging for a while. And so we're going to have to be very thoughtful and very strategic about how we work back and get back. You know, the upside is this generally only happens about once every 100 years. So hopefully as we work our way through this, we'll have to do it I don't plan to be around 100 years from now. So, but you know, that's one. But the other reality is San Diego is always going to be a wonderful place to come visit. San Diego is always going to have incredible amenities, wonderful culture, great people, tremendous restaurants, wonderful food and beer, and all of those components will not change. And so, you know, we will work through this and come back. We are doing everything that we can in the interim to try and help the tourism economy. I launched a community response fund in partnership with the San Diego Foundation at the outset of this. We provided $1 million in funding directly to tourism related workers and entities. The Big Table program, the Restaurant Workers Relief Initiative, things we've done for our service sector workers and trying to help them. This is a fraction of what is needed in order to offset it, but it is a recognition of the role that you play. And so we're going to have to continue to help in the rebuild, in the recovery. I was down at the convention center today looking at how something that is a showcase for the world for innovation and technology and all of these wonderful things that are normally on display at the convention center now is a showcase for compassion, is a showcase for public health, is a showcase for what's possible. And so we're going to have to be as creative as we were there as we move forward. And so just know that all of us, Todd, Scott, who was on, myself, we all value and appreciate what you do. We understand the challenges you face. It's not lost on any of us that there's going to have to be very intentional thought and focused effort to help you rebuild and recover and get through this, and it will be there. So hang in there. It is a very challenging time, but we will get through this.
So thank you, Supervisor Fletcher. You know, I'm sitting here thinking about the leadership we have in San Diego, and I'm talking about the 4 people that have just spoken to us. I can't think of another community that would be represented by people that understand the space they come from, and understand the value of the community they're involved in. Going all the way back, Scott and Kevin and Todd and Nathan, they get it. I don't envy the position they're in because I know it's extremely difficult. We know we have people that are out there fighting every day for us, and I just want to thank all of you for continuing to balance what is a very challenging environment, and also recognizing and understanding the importance of tourism in San Diego region. I also want to thank the great people at Puesto and Cutwater and everyone else that's working really hard to get us back on track and to bring us back to whatever the new norm is. It's going to be better than we already are today. We are an industry with about 200,000 employees just in the San Diego region that rely on tourism for their income and for their family's health and wellness. So it's a very important community. 1 in every 8 employees, 1 in every 8 employed San Diegans works in the hospitality industry. So from our standpoint, we know how important it is. We're working really hard. Our team is committed to getting us back as quickly as we can get back. And I just can't thank everyone for being on the call today, for all your support, and for those elected officials that make up every day, understanding the impacts that we have on San Diego and understanding they have to get to work to help San Diego back on track in our region and actually our country. So I want to thank you for that. I get the chance to kind of hand over to my replacement, which is a little funny, but I get the chance to see Julie Coker, who will be arriving in San Diego June 6th, and I get the opportunity to give her all the crap I've even dealt with so far, which is a hell of a lot. And so she's going to need a lot of help, all of you folks that are out there wondering what's going on. So I'm going to turn it over to Julie to close the meeting. Thanks. Julie?
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. And it's so great to meet everyone virtually. In full disclosure, I actually have on a short sleeve top, but I can tell you here on the East Coast, I should have on a sweater. So I'm really jealous of the great weather that you guys are having. It is, I can't tell you, I have been in hospitality and tourism for over 30 years, and I just love and admire the spirit that we all have. And it's great to know that I'm coming to a community that, one, we believe in hospitality and tourism. We know that we're going to come back. We know that the spirit of travel is alive and well, and the freedom to travel will not go away despite the times that we're in right now. And I certainly appreciate the elected officials and the approach, the strategic and thoughtful and compassionate approach that you're doing in San Diego. And I just love the community spirit and how we're all coming together. And certainly for Joe, he has led an amazing, talented team. Just in the short time that I've had to get to know them, I can tell you that their focus is on San Diego and ensuring that folks are back to work as soon as they possibly can be, and to making sure that San Diego is a top of mind destination in all aspects, leisure, convention, overseas. And I can assure you, just in the short time that I've known you, I know that they wake up every day with that on their mind, and that is their motivation. Can't wait to get there. It's now less than 30 days. I can finally say that. That's great. But as Joe said, you know, travel and tourism from just a national and international perspective really is a driver for our economy. And I think, fortunately and unfortunately, during this time that we're going through, America sees that. And they also know that we're an investment, and we can put folks back to work, and we can put them back to work quickly. So certainly the road to recovery, while it will not be as short as we would all like it, we do know that when we come back, it'll certainly be stronger and better than ever. So with that, I will tell you that I've been drinking a little bit longer than you guys, because here it's already 6:30. But here, cheers. First of all, Joe, thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for the foundation that you've left for all of us in the path forward. And to the hospitality and tourism community, I can't wait to meet you. To our elected officials, thank you, and for the great partnership that we have in all the community work that you've done. So cheers to a better tomorrow.